Hi friends! Can you tell it's a book video from my location? My little bookshelf in the back with fairy lights. So cute. Hello everybody and welcome back to a book video. A book talk video. You get it? You get it? Okay, anyway. This video is all of the books I read this fall season. Disclaimer, this video was supposed to be a vlog style and then I lost my camera card with all my vlog footage, so it's not. It's just me talking about my books now. But before I start talking about the books, I just want to talk about A Clockwork Reader journal. I bought this, I'll tell you what month, in March, and I love it. I love it so much. And the best thing about this journal is it's made by a booktuber, and I will put her channel down below and also the link to buy it because I seriously love this notebook. I watched Books and Lala's YouTube video reviewing book journals and this was her favorite one, so I was like, I'm gonna get it then. Anyway, yeah, so let's get into the books. Disclaimer, this first one was in August, but I'm adding it because it's like the vibes, right? So this is the graphic novel Crumbs, and it was literally the cutest graphic novel in the world. It made me so happy, and just it was long and like it was colorful and beautiful and the story progressed well, and then at the end she gave us like a little chapter of So Long in the Future, and then it kind of leaves like a question mark about like how it actually ended. It was so cute. I gave it 5 stars. I love graphic novels, especially about witches and like magic stuff, and it was just so cute. And there was like a bakery in it, so it was like feel good. Anyway, 5 stars. I loved it. The next book I read, and I think I actually listened to it, was The Witch Haven. I gave this 4.5 stars and I have no idea what it's about, so give me a second. I don't remember. It's been so long. Oh, okay. So it's about a witch who doesn't know she's a witch and then ends up being a witch, and she does something bad, and then these people come to take her to the hospital because she is sick, but they actually take her to a school called Haxahaven. So she ends up going to a witch school and making like sisterhood and meeting people and all this stuff and like falling in love and like all this stuff, and she is amazing and it was really good. The third book was The Witch King, and this is actually I think my favorite book of the year, and I'll tell you why. So first of all, look at the cover, okay? There is I don't even know what he is. What was he? A fairy. He is a black fairy. This is, oh my god, what is his name? Wyatt. This is Wyatt. He is a trans witch, and this is his best friend, who is a plus-size girly, and her family's indigenous. Have you seen more diversity on a cover ever? Because I haven't. And the story was great. The story was amazing. It is about Wyatt, who is a witch and who is betrothed, I think is the word you would say, to the fairy king. So they ended up having to figure shit out because fairies and witches aren't supposed to be together, and that was like not a good love match, and that shouldn't have been it, and blah blah blah. And there's like, you ended up like finding out a lot about like the storyline, and there's like a lot more trans people, not just Wyatt. Wyatt thought it was just him, and he has to go home, and it's just so much drama. I'm explaining these stories so bad, but I literally don't want to give away the information because then you might not read it. But this is my favorite book of the year, and I gave it 4.75 stars. The fourth book I read was Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. This was a 5-star just because I love Nightmare Before Christmas. So how could it not be? When I seen somebody had posted this on TikTok and it was at Indigo, and then I looked online and there was one on the province, I ran to Indigo. I didn't run. I like drove so fast to Indigo to get this, and I got it, and the Indigo workers didn't even know they had it. I was like, yeah, I checked online. Thank God they didn't keep it back for them. Anyway, what it entails is after Sally and Jack get married, they're living together and she's trying to like deal with being the queen of Halloween Town, and then there's a curse that's put over all of Halloween Town and she needs to figure it out, and you end up finding a lot more about Sally's past and kind of where she came from. Was she actually made in a laboratory? Anyway, it was really good. And the ending was a good ending where they could make more stories in the future. And I'm really hoping they do because it was amazing and it gave me all the feels. That was book 4, but I can't find book 5. So I'm just gonna skip it. Okay. Book 6 was Mooncakes. I gave this graphic novel, I usually give them all 10. I gave this one 4.75 just because I found that the storyline progressed too fast and I didn't get to like enjoy my time with the characters. And I think it might just be because the other one was so long. But basically you have this woman, this girly who is a witch, and this girly who is like, she's like a werewolf. You can kind of tell from like her tail and stuff, but there's like somebody out to get her and like she has to save her, and they obviously, you know, fall in love and stuff. It's super cute. It's also another colorful one and I really liked it. It just wasn't long enough for my likings because it was only, I'm gonna check actually, it was less than 300 pages, and that's like not long enough for me to get to know the characters and like actually like fall in love with them. 7, I will put it right here. It is the Fae Keeper. It is the second book in the Witch King series, trilogy, duology, that's the right word. This one was just as good as the Witch King, so I also gave it 4.75. You got to meet even more people, people from where the witches originally came from, and kind of like how the witch magic isn't hurting the planet, but fairy magic is using the earth's power and destroying the earth. So it was really good and it had a really good ending and it just made me happy. Okay, the next book is Blood Like Magic and then Blood Like Fate. Duology. Amazing duology. I gave them both 4 stars. I had to check because I have it written in the back. So I gave them both 4 stars. And they were so good. Okay, they follow this black witch and her name is Voya, which I love that name. And the first book is mostly just about her. So basically in this book, when you start your period, you are a witch. And so she had a period and then she had this whole meal and you have a calling and you have to like do this hard task to become a witch and see if you're going to become a witch, and if you fail, you don't. Anyway, hers was like super hard. And anyway, she ended up passing, but like it destroyed her friendship she had, and then she becomes the matriarch of the family. So it was intense. And then the second book is her being the matriarch and figuring out how to do that. Well, something bad happened in the first book and it's kind of haunting her. But they figured shit out. So it was a really good series and it was long. I listened to it in an audiobook and it was still long. But I do have them and they're beautiful. So I'm happy to have these. And I'll probably eventually read them again because look at them. They're beautiful. And it was really good stories. So the next 2 were audiobooks. And the first one is Wicked Beauty. Spicy. I read one other book from this author and they're basically Greek retellings in one. Like it's super spicy, but it was like super good. And this one followed Achilles and Patroclus. I don't know how to say his name. And Helen. So if you read the Song of Achilles, you know who Helen is and you know who Achilles and Patroclus is. I think that's how you say his name. I'm sorry. I listened, I read it, I loved it, I love him, and I still can't say his name. That is so embarrassing. But it follows them and they're like going to fight in a battle to become the next Ares, because in this timeline it is a modern day Greek mythology era, you know, and they're like the Ares died and there's somebody replacing him now and they replaced him every couple of years. Anyway, super good. I gave it 4.25 stars, especially because it was a Greek retelling and I love that. And then the last book I read was It Starts With Us, and that's just because it was on my audiobooks, because I listened to It Ends With Us, so now I'm like I have to listen to It Starts With Us, especially because it revolves around Atlas and he was the best character. It was good. It was romance compared to the other one. I don't think I would have been able to read it, so I'm glad I listened to it, and I gave it 4 stars. So that was a quick wrap up of all of my reads this fall. It's been a crazy season and I'm having a lot of fun reading. I have a lot of books I want to read that like aren't witchy, and I'm like, I can't read them right now because it's fall. So I'll be excited to get out of the fall season. And I shouldn't say that now. I'd say fall all year and read witch books all year. I take it back. But I hope you guys are having a fun and successful fall reading season. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!